Hi guys, welcome back to Twisted Stitches. Today is Friday, and usually on Fridays I have my regular podcast, kind of like a show and tell type thing where I tell you about kind of, what's going on for the week, and I show you what kind of progress I've made on my whips, if I have any finished objects of that kind of sort. And I just give you generalized, fun, let's sit back and chit chat kind of information. That's the way I like to do my podcast. This week is going to be a little bit different. And, I'll just start out with story time because it's basically, this is just going to be a story time while, if you guys don't mind, I sit, and here's a sneak peek, I sit and work on this blanket that we talked about last week. What's going on? So this blanket, oops, if I could find the start, or where I last was, that's the start of it. Sorry guys. I will tell you everything in just a second. It will all become clear for you guys. Not for me, but for you guys. It'll be totally clear. Okay. First, let me start by saying this blanket really should have been done by now. It would have been done. I would have had this as a finished object today to show you guys, but sadly, not sadly, sorry, my brain is still fuzzy, and I'll explain why my brain is fuzzy. Sadly, whatever you want to call it, on Wednesday morning, I woke up and I did my usual, I went into the bathroom, and as soon as I sat down, tried to wake up type thing, I felt the headache starting. And I still am having some pain. It was shooting up through the back of my shoulder, up my neck, and right into here. And it kind of was like a whole side of my face pain. Now, it ended up being a full-blown migraine, guys. I mean, full-blown. I haven't had a migraine like this in a couple of years. They were kind of a regular in my life for a while. They started when I was 11 years old, when my scoliosis first started developing, when my spine started getting crooked. And, now dealing with this for 40 years, I kind of know why and what's going on. I mean, it was a scary thing back when I was in my 20s, and they really started popping off pretty hard. And, but now that I'm let's just say I'm past 50. Now that I'm past 50, it doesn't scare me as much. I'm kind of rambling, I know. Okay, because my brain, I wasn't going to do a podcast today. I wasn't going to even get on here. And then I thought, well, maybe I should do a live. And then I thought, I could talk to you guys, and then I thought, I know how to, I could go on my computer, click go live. Hopefully the comments, you guys would come in and talk to me, and I would be able to read them, and I'd be able to respond. I don't know. I'm sure I'd have to wear glasses because, believe me, I'm blind as a bat. Anyway, I'm getting off subject. So anyway, I woke up Wednesday morning to a really bad migraine, violently sick migraine. And like I said, I haven't had one of those in a couple of years. Not like that. I mean, I've had headaches. I've had even what I would call close to migraines, or, to the point where I was like, it took me a couple hours for my head to stop hurting and whatever. But what had happened was, over the weekend, it was nice. I decided on Sunday to go for a motorcycle ride. Now, I'm usually very careful and everything, but Sunday here in Florida was very, very windy, like super, super windy. So if anybody's ever been on a motorcycle or knows people who ride motorcycles, you know when it's very, very windy, the wind kind of beats you up, knocks you around. You kind of white knuckle it as you're riding, you know, just like if you were on a bicycle and the wind gust came up. Well, imagine you're going 55, 60 miles an hour and all of a sudden a wind gust hits you from the side and you start, you know, like that. So I was probably overly stressed with the way I was, you know, with my kung fu grip on my motorcycle to make sure I didn't veer off into another lane and get hit by a vehicle or veer off the road and have an accident because, you know, I dug down into mud or something like that on a soft shoulder or something because back roads. Anyway, so Monday I woke up after riding. I probably rode, I don't know. It was kind of like an all-day thing. Maybe we did 150 miles or so, maybe a little bit more. But anyway, normally when I go for a nice ride during the day, I go for a couple 100 miles, but I take breaks in between and stuff like that. And I did Sunday also. But like I said, no matter what I did, it was getting windier and windier. And by the time I finally pulled the bike in, I think it was about 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the evening, it was just crazy windy. I mean, I was thankful to be pulling up into my driveway. I was done. I was like, I got off my bike, pulled it into the, pulled my bike into the garage, got off, and I was like, love you, bike. That's it. We are done until this weather figures out what it wants to do for a little bit. Plus, I was sore, you know, like, you know, I usually get pretty sore after a good day of riding like that anyway, especially with, you know, my back is fused from T3 down to L4, and I have rods that are connected from, I don't know exactly where they're connected, but they run along the fusion line, along my fused spine. Anyway, the Monday I woke up and I was a little bit sore, but I was trying to do my stretches. And I like to stretch and kind of try to even out my shoulders because often I sit like this and I catch myself sitting like this a lot. So I like to get myself, try to even myself out, you know, get my arms aligned and everything aligned. Well, I did this. I did my usual morning shoulder thing, trying to align my fingertips like this. And when I did that, something back here went pop, like that, like really loud. And now it's happened before. It was a painful pop, and it wasn't like a, ooh, that feels better pop. It was a painful pop. But I was like, all right. As a matter of fact, Tom goes, was that your back? And I'm like, yeah, that was my back. I mean, I felt it in my mouth, and it felt like it popped through my mouth type thing. And so that whole day I was sore, which I knew I was going to be. I knew Monday I was going to be sore, but it was okay because I was like, well, I'm just going to be working on stuff that I need to do. I had to go out and get a couple of things, you know, go to the stores. I had to go to the store and stuff like that, but, you know, nothing serious. And I spent the rest of the day just fiddling with the blanket and a couple other things I had to do. So Tuesday came along. Now, Tuesday, I don't even remember what I did. Tuesday, I think I was lazy all day. No, I wasn't. Take that back. Tuesday, I had to get those 2 videos for the one for Dietastic and the other one for Treehouse Knits. I got them ready to go up, and I kind of wanted, I mean, I was lucky I did it. It was very lucky I did that on Tuesday. So I did that. I got them ready. And then the rest of Tuesday evening, I kind of relaxed, worked on this blanket for a little while. You know, just that kind of thing. Watched a television movie, you know, enjoyed the evening type thing. I made dinner. It was just like a normal evening because of the fact that I did the editing and I had everything ready for the Yarn of the Month Club unboxings. I figured, well, I'm gonna, because I didn't get a lot of crocheting done, because when I do like videos and try to get them ready, and it takes a while for everything to upload and all that stuff. You guys know what I'm talking about. Well, a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I didn't get as much crocheting as I wanted to. So what I decided to do was I set my alarm for early Wednesday, and I was going to get up, have my tea early, get a shower quick, and then get myself in gear and finish this blanket. And that was my intention. I even went to bed at like 12:30, quarter to 1. I set my alarm for 6 o'clock. I was like, that's plenty of sleeping time. Well, like I said, I woke up and I ended up with the migraine from, oh my goodness. Like I said, I haven't had a migraine like that in a really, really long time. So Wednesday, I spent the whole entire morning sitting in the dark with no noise, not able to open my eyes, with a bucket in front of me, because every time this went, and I mean every time, and I would take like a sip of water. I couldn't even drink my tea at first. I took a sip of water and it wasn't a good day. Let's just put it that way. So finally, probably at about 7 o'clock that evening, so that's Wednesday evening, my head kind of got to the point where it was just like a dull headache, and I was able to start like, okay, I can handle this a little bit better. So then finally I got my shower and finally I was able to eat something. I had some tea to try to, I figured the caffeine would help, which it did, you know, it helped, whatever. And so Wednesday, just not feeling really, really good. I didn't even, and my head was still kind of in a fog. I didn't even pick this up. So Wednesday, my show was on. I'm glad that my headache finally stopped for me to watch Resident Alien at 10 o'clock. That came on because that's kind of my little happy escape show that I like to watch once a week now. I don't watch a lot of TV, but I definitely watch that. So Wednesday was just total poop show. Total, nothing got done. I mean, absolutely nothing. I felt really bad because I really wanted to have this done for today. And I don't know, I was angry because it should have been done, you know, that kind of thing. And I was like, well, great, now what am I going to do for Friday? And yesterday, my brain was still kind of like in a fog. After I have a migraine of this magnitude, I'm kind of like in a fog for probably 4 days. Sometimes a little less, but usually 4 is my average. So I know that probably tomorrow, maybe even Sunday, I might still be a little fuzzy. I'll be all right, but I'll be like a little bit fuzzy. Something that pinches or causes these migraines, whatever happens back in here, my spine shift. That's what I think happens is all the metal rods and stuff like that. And sometimes either if I've overworked it or slept wrong or a combination of both, sometimes things move or shift back there and it takes a while for it to either get used to it or ease off a little bit. So the whatever's pinched or whatever. I could tell you guys right now that I still have a lot of pain right all in here in this like tendon and stuff. And I mean, I've done everything. Heating pad, I've put like a Bengay type cream on here. I've been stretching. I've been trying to make sure I don't hold my shoulder wrong. You know, I mean, the whole gamut. So anyway, kind of like yesterday, when my brain is like this, it's kind of like, I feel like a robot, like, oh, let me sit down. Do you want to crochet? Yes, I want to crochet. Put the crochet in your lap and start doing your crochet. It's really weird and it's hard to explain to you guys, but I do wanted to get on here and I wanted to give you a couple little that's why I don't have a regular podcast for you today, and I hope you can forgive me for that. Like I said, I was going to totally skip because I was like, well, what am I going to do? Tell them this weird stuff about me? Because I'm weird enough. Y'all know I'm weird enough. Do you really need to hear my weirder stuff? I'm like, yeah, sure. Let them know all my weirdness, because with the summer coming up, usually when we get those summer fronts that come through, a lot of times I'll have just days or whatever that I am having a lot of pain and stuff because the weather, the front's coming through or coming up, and the humidity change and stuff like that, and the humidity and the pressure changes sometimes really messes with me. And from what I'm experiencing this winter, usually my winter is the fall and the winter is usually what I call my rest period, where I don't have as much issues going on as in the summertime when the storms and stuff are around. So I don't know if we just are, having some bad weather, worse weather than usual this winter, and that's what's making everything worse for me this winter. But like I said, winter is usually my calm down period, where I get like a reprieval from the excess pain and the excess funkiness that goes on with my fusion. Y'all know, I put on there about scoliosis. I've been fused since 1982. So this year will be 39 years since I had my surgery and my fusion. And it is, the majority of my spine is fused. And it's been that way since I was 11 years old. 12 years old. Yeah, 12 years old. It started happening right before I turned 12. So yeah, I was 12 years old. And I'm going to be 51 in a couple of weeks. So that's a lot of years of dealing with it. And the hardware and all the rods and stuff that are in my spine have been there since 1982 as well. So you gotta figure, I've had all this in there, and I've had 2 children. I've worked jobs that required me to do laborious functions like throwing sod, detailing boats. I was a nurse. I did a lot of lifting. I just did a lot of stuff. I did a lot of stuff. I'm not going to complain. I still do a lot of stuff. So, but anyway, where was I going with this? And there we go. So anyway, I am almost done with this. I am on this last part here, this last round with this color, which is the I Love This Yarn in the color Orchid. That's what I wanted. I didn't tell you this last week. Remember, I forgot to bring it with me. So this color here, this beautiful lilac-y color, is called Orchid, and it's going to blow out. And then I'm going to do 2 rounds of single crochet around this entire blanket with this color, which is this middle color here. And I'm going to do that with this color, and this is called Amethyst. And these 2 together are just gorgeous. They're stunning. Anyway, so let me just let you guys know, and this will be a finished object next week, so I will bring it out and show it in full detail next week, and I'm excited. Some good news for you guys who are just curious about it. With that middle section with the tight chain, I was able to steam it. I did a little test. I steamed part of it and it loosened up. I don't have as much, it's not like cinching up like this anymore. So I'm glad about that. So I think it's going to be, well, it's going to be okay. Let's put it that way. It's going to be okay. So when this blanket is finished in probably tomorrow or Sunday, I'm not going to push it. I'm not going to overdo it to get it done, but probably no later than Sunday I'll have it done. But then I'm going to pull down my iron and I'm going to like heavily steam block it and see what we get the results. So that is what is definitely coming up next week. So I'll have that done. I will have my knitted square that I was working on finished. I worked on it a little bit on Monday while I was sitting around I didn't feel like picking this up yet, and I was like, well, let me fiddle with something. So I worked on a little bit, and I did do a few more rows of the knitted block for my the make-along thing that I was doing, and for practice for the I-cord edging. So, and it's come along really well. I'm feeling really confident in my I-cord edging. So as soon as this is done and that block is done, I am going to get back to my, I'm going to get back to the habitation throw that I'm using, the little minis that I got for the Christmas Advent that I purchased. So I'm going to be doing that. For you guys that were wondering about the clover hook situation. So after I talked to you last week about it, I think I had told you I had emailed them, or they don't, it's not like an email. It's one of those like send us a message and we'll get back to you type thing, you know, like you go to their website and they have a contact us, but there's no phone number, but you can message them. And so I did that. I didn't hear anything from them. So on Monday, when I didn't hear anything, Monday evening, I sent them another message. And I didn't hear anything Tuesday. So Tuesday, I sent another message. And I was like, I'm just going to start sending a message every single day until I hear something. Even if they told me, ma'am, we're sorry, you are SOL, you're going to have to go buy another one, there is no guarantee, blah, 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 whatever, at least respond to a message that I sent you, you know, that kind of thing. I don't like feeling like I was ignored, you know. Give me a, you got to be kidding me, or hey, yeah, we can do something. You got to do something. I don't, you know, if I'm responding to a business, I expect some kind of reply, you know. So finally, Wednesday evening, when I was starting to feel better, I checked my emails, and there was a response from Clover, and it was a response that stated, "We're sorry to hear about this." I don't have the email right, you know, with me, but I still have it saved in my emails. Basically, they said they were sorry about what had happened and that they do believe it's a defect. So if you guys that were, hold on. So you guys that were talking to me about having the same little jiggle room, the little up and down, they're telling me, Clover told me that they said that this is a defect in the way the hook was, I don't know, manufactured or whatever. So what they told me is they asked for my address, and they said they're going to, because they said, well, you could send it back to us and we're going to send you a new one, but my manager doesn't want you to have to pay for shipping, which was nice. So I guess they're going to send me like a postpaid box or something. So they asked for my address, and I'm going to be sending this back to them, and they're going to send me another one. So that's, and I haven't gotten anything yet. I haven't even gotten a reply from the email that I sent them. On Wednesday evening, after I felt better, I replied back stating thank you very much, and I sent them my mailing address. So if I hear from them and I get the information, or if I get the packaging to send it back, I will let you guys know, and then I'll let you guys know, you know, everything, how long it's going to take, yada, yada. To be quite honest, if I have a pattern that I'm going to have to use, a 5.5, I don't know if I'm going to actually go buy another one. I have other 5.5 millimeter hooks. I have Susan Bates. I have boy hooks. The boys aren't my favorite, so I'll just probably grab the Susan Bates. It'll be fine. It'll work fine. You know, I'm used to these, but the Susan Bates will work just fine. And I'll just use that, you know, for whatever project I need to do. So, which I do have to make some more of those ear warmers. And the ear warmer that I made uses a 5.5 millimeter hook. Yay. So, and unfortunately, it was one of those situations that once the person who wanted the ear warmer, you guys remember I showed you I was making those ear warmers and messy bun hats or whatever for some of the ladies that are married to the guys in the motorcycle club that Tom's friends with. As soon as the one got it, another one wanted one. I got hers to her. They purchased them. I'm not, you know, they purchased the yarn and stuff. They purchased them. I gave her hers, and then she comes up to me and says the other one of her friends, who is another wife of one of the club members, stole the hat from her, but gave her the money to pay for it. So she came up and gave me money so I can make her another one. And then the one who took that one gave me money because she wants one, but she wants some pink in it. So, and then I have another one who wants another one. So I have to do 1, 2, 3 more of them, I think. So I'll be doing them also this week on top of everything. I know I keep saying I want to get out of the commission work, but what do you do when you do something for one person who's in a group of people that you know or know each other, and then they're like, oh, well, I want one too. What are you going to do? Be like, no? I know, maybe I should. Maybe I should be like, no, but because I do want to work on my stuff and I don't really want to do commission work. Because here was the thing, like some people were saying, well, you're making money off of it, you know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, true. Yes, you're making money off of it. But here's the thing. In my stash of yarns that I have, and I have a lot of yarns, I have some black, I've had some gold in my stash of yarns, but I don't have enough to make, like, you know, 6 hats, 7 hats, a scarf. I made that scarf, if you remember. It's a lot of, like, I have to go purchase more yarns instead of using up yarns. A lot of these yarns that you see here, I gotten on sale. So if I go and I charge somebody for a hat and I make blah amount of money, if you make the money based on what the yarn usually costs, but you get it on sale, you're making a nice little, you're making a little pocket change. But if it's one of those situations like it's been, where I'm having to go out and purchase the yarn and I can't find it on sale, not really, a lot of the money that is going towards these hats is going towards purchasing the yarn to do these hats. So my work, my stitching, I'm getting only like $3 or $4, maybe $5 in my pocket for my work. Now, granted, a lot of people know it's not that difficult to crochet up a hat or an ear warmer. I'm not stating that. I'm just stating that that's one of the reasons I'm not really fond of this working for commission where they're getting what they want, if that makes sense. You know, like, I don't mind making something that I wanted to make using some of my stash yarn. And then if somebody wants to purchase it or I donate it, I don't mind that, you know. Like I said in the past, this is just, I don't know. So like I said, I've got to do these things. So that was something else that I had to make a purchase. I had to go and buy I bought these little things of hot pink because she wants just some hot pink. I will show you guys when I'm done. Hopefully I'll be able to have them all done for Friday's podcast next week so I can show you everything. I know that the blanket will be finished. I'm almost positive. I'm almost positive that will be finished. And then I will let you guys know about the I'm losing my, see, I can't find things today. Sorry. I put that down because my hands are just a little bit tired. I'm still tired. Yeah, I will let you guys totally know about what's going on with this. I will keep you updated on this. So for those of you who put in the comment section that you have similar problems with some of your hooks, go on, just Google Clover. I think it's cloverusa.com or something like that. And then click on the contact us. And then it'll have a box that'll say you can message us. And so you have to fill out, you know, your name, your phone number, your email address, and then a little message. I don't know. That's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy so far. I'll let you know how everything pans out from there. Another thing I got to tell you guys, I got to talk to you guys about. This yarn right here, oops, this yarn right here, it is called, it's gonna blow out because of the white, Hirschner's Pastry Plus yarn. I bought this in 2019 during like Black Friday sales that they were having at Hirschner's. And I did do an unboxing and I talked about this yarn. This yarn is a DK weight, 100% acrylic yarn. It is a really decent yarn. I mean, it has a similar feel to like Caron Simply Soft. And I like the way it works up. Here's this one. These are blues. This color is called Umami, U-M-A-M-I. I think I talked about that in one of my podcasts. So anyway, I made a couple of hats for Hats Not Hate out of this. I color controlled and they came out lovely, lovely. I like the way this stuff works up. And then in one of the colors, I showed this on one of my podcasts, and this was a while ago, I made this scarf. This is a corner-to-corner scarf, and I made it using, it was called Mushroom colorway. This is a DK weight. It's really nice. It feels really nice for an acrylic yarn. It's got a similar feel to the Caron Simply Soft when it's all worked up. I really like this stuff. The reason why I'm bringing this up is because I had gotten an email from Hirschner's that they were having like 20 cents shipping on all orders over $35 or something like that. So I'm like, let me go see what they have, because they were talking about a big yarn sale, yada yada. And I went on and I did actually make an order, and I haven't done this in a really long time. So I will have a Hirschner's unboxing in probably about a month, because it seems like it takes about a month. But I bought more of these because I don't know if they're not going to sell them anymore or not. They only have, I think, 4 of the colors. They don't have this one anymore. This one was called Frosted. This one is not available on their site anymore. They have this one, the Umami. Hold on. Let's see. Is this a Frosted too? Oh, no, they don't have this one either. This was the Orchid Grape. When they were last year, I bought every single one. I bought a 3-pack of every single one because at the time they were on sale for $18 or something like that. And they have 743 yards in each one of these cakes. So I thought that's a really decent price for a 3-pack, blah, blah, blah. And it was something like they were like, you know, just under $18, plus it was a situation where I had like 35% off my total order or something like that. So it like I said, I'm rambling, sorry guys. So why I am saying this is because right now at Hirschner's, these cakes are only $4.99, what they have left. $4.99. And so what I did is the colors that were left, I purchased like 3 more of each, because my plans are to turn these into, I don't know, blankets and stuff like that. This is great acrylic yarn, 743 yards to make donation or gifts. Definitely, definitely. Or just for something that you want for yourself. This was supposed to be for somebody who wanted it, but they never picked it up. So eventually I will probably, I have worn this. I wore this year, but I'll probably end up like donating this somewhere, you know, I don't know. But anyway, I really like the way the colors are. I like the way it works up. So anyway, I just want to let you guys know, if you're like, you know, you want to do, this is, like I said, great for charity donations, or if you just want to make your grandkids or your kids or something, blankets, 3-weight, DK weight is really nice. It's not like, this scarf feels really nice. I like the weight of this. It's just right. And I'm thinking about knitting something up with this, because I would like to see how a knitted piece feels in a DK weight, because I've not knitted in DK yet. And I'd really like to feel how that feels. So I was just giving you, this is just some information. This is just one of those kind of chit chats this week. Sorry. My noggin is not wanting to work. Another thing that I've got to ask you guys a question for my knitters out there. I know I have a couple of knitters that watch, and I thank you guys for watching and being here with me. I am going to be I'm going to be making a blanket using a 4-weight yarn, and I want to knit the blanket, and I'm not really sure of like how I'm knitting it, what the stitches are going to be, blah, blah, blah. But I want to make a nice size blanket, at least a twin size, you know, at least a twin size. I want at least a twin size blanket. Okay. So here's my question. I have to go and get a set of 5mm needles because the yarn that I'm going to be using requires, it says 5mm on here. 5mm knitting needles, 5.5mm crochet hook. And I need to know about how long of a cord should I have. A 48-inch cord or something like that is, you know, should I get a 48-inch set of 5mm knitting needles, you know, try to kind of get a really good long to make sure. I don't know. That's what I'm asking you guys. And I haven't been able to figure it out. I just haven't, like, I Googled how many stitches of worsted weight fit on a 40-inch cable, and I just cannot find quite the answer. So I'm sure that my knitters out there have used, you know, worsted weight and possibly made a blanket, a substantial size blanket. Can you guys let me know what size cabled knitting needle should I get? Just please let me know. I want to get this started after I get all these things done, and the only thing I'm really going to be focusing on is my granddaughter's blanket and then the habitation throw. I want to put this on the knitting needles. So I had to go to Hobby Lobby to get some more black and gold yarn. Surprise, surprise. But this yarn right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Look at these colors in here. You see that? Now, I'm not a green fan. I know I'm not a green fan, but this particular colorway is called Japanese Fields right there. And why I got this was because I had watched, one of the people that I watch, that I try to keep up on, is Carrie Penny at the Happy Crafty Homemaker. And she had opened like this particular colorway, and I was like, oh, that's kind of like green, you know, whatever. And then she was saying how it worked up really pretty, and she was working on a blanket the year or so prior, and she was saying something like, if you look in my in her playlist or something, you'd be able to find it. And I was able to find it. So I was able to see what this looked like worked up, and I was like, oh, I really, really, really like that. So when I was at Hobby Lobby, they had 2 of them. So I grabbed these 2, and then I was like, well, I don't want it all like this. I don't want the whole entire blanket to be this. So I was like, well, what can I mingle in this and switch up the colors here and there? And I was like, well, there is some pinks in here in this. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like marled pink. So I grabbed this, and this is their Yarn Bee Soft and Sleek Low Pill, but it's marled, and I thought that'll go with it. And then I thought, well, I want like a solid color to break up all this, you know? So I have some I have yarns all around here, and I have gray, and I'm thinking that I'm going to put some gray in between, like do a chunk of this with a chunk of gray, then a chunk of this, a chunk of gray, and then a chunk of this. You know what I'm saying? What do you guys think? Do you think that would make a real pretty blanket? I'm you know, like I don't want to get green, you know, and if I did get green, I wanted it to be like a pale green, marled green, and I couldn't find anything. And I didn't want it to just have pink, and I didn't want white because there's white in here. I could have used white, but I was like, no, I want something different. So I'm thinking gray, like a light gray, not like a charcoal gray, a light gray, misty colored gray will look really good in here. What do you guys think? So that's what's been going on this week. That's what's been running through my head. That's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. That's everything that's going on. So this isn't my regular, sorry. I am just not feeling 100% yet, but I did want to get on here and say hi to everybody, and that I'm thinking of you guys always, and I will be reading your comments, and I will try to get back to you as soon as I can. I have to get this blanket done, so I have to focus on just getting this done, and then those few headband, ear warmer things, I got to get them done, so then it's going to be me time. Yay. Anyway, that's what's been going on this week. I hope you guys had a wonderful week. I hope everything is going really good by you guys. And I will have finished objects next week. Next week will be more of a show and tell. And hopefully I'll have my new knitting needles. And then maybe we could even think about starting on that other blanket. And I'm like really excited. I want to get my knitting done, guys. This year is the year of me getting my knitting skills down, getting them down. So you guys, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being patient with me and hanging out with me all the time. Thank you guys for being here. Have a wonderful weekend. Have a wonderful week. I will talk to you guys really, really soon. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay creative. I love you guys. Bye.